feels all right.
Y'all live on Facebook. Say what's up real quick, man.
What's going on? What's going on, Dante Nation, fans? Bo Mac.
Bo Mac, Terrence Crawford trainer right here.
Watching DONTAE'S Boxing Nation.
Y'all see it. Y'all hear it. Y'all hear it. What's going on, y'all? We'll try to go ahead and get Terrence Crawford's trainer on the horn and see what his thoughts on it is. What's going on, Brian? All right. So, hey, once again, man, I gotta say it again. Congratulations, big win this past weekend. And let me go ahead and let everybody know I'm on the phone with Terrence Crawford's trainer, Brian McIntire, aka B Mac. So, the first thing I want to ask you, Brian, is how has the reception been, man? Because every boxing website I look at, it's nothing but Terrence Crawford articles everywhere. So how's the reception been?
Oh, man, the reception been great, man. You know, everybody calls it the masterpiece performance, a masterpiece fight plan. So it's been real good.
Uh-huh. And I want to ask you about the first 4 rounds because, you know, watching the first 4 rounds, it looked like it was going to be like an extreme competitive chess match. Did Terrence Crawford, or did you think that Victor Postol's reach was going to be a problem or anything? What was your thoughts just looking at those first 4 rounds? Not good.
Yeah, man, I got bad service, man, in this fucking neighborhood.
Okay. You want me to hit you later, or is nowhere you could go?
No, it's cool. I just came out to my car.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me go ahead and rewind just a little bit so we got that first question off. So once again, guys, we got disconnected, so let's go ahead and continue where I left off. I was asking you about those first 4 rounds. They were real competitive, and it looked like it was about to be a real close fight. Figuring it out at the beginning and he just adjusted, or what was your thoughts looking at those first 4 rounds?
Well, like he was coming back to the corner, I just kept telling him it was too close. I was around close, man. You know, he said, I know, or okay. So he knew right there to kick him into the second gear and pick up the pace on him a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Take a little bit more chances, try to go, a different style, like. Instead of doing a lot of movement and not punching, you better catch and release. Start catching and releasing after that.
Uh-huh. I mean, was that the plan, B-Mac, to move around the ring more and outbox him? Was that always the blueprint, or what?
That was the blueprint because, I watched you. I really, the fight I really watched was a Lundy fight. Lundy got a lot of dog in him, and I know Terrence liked to switch southpaw, and Lundy switched to southpaw too. So I know that was a couple of years ago, but I believe that's the only southpaw he fought in his last couple fights. So I watched that, and and Lundy asserted in Terrence, but Lundy's jab was killing Postol.
Uh-huh.
And Postol cannot fight when he moves to his right. He cannot. Okay. He don't throw no punches. When he moves to his right, he'll reset.
Uh-huh.
That's all he do. He'll reset.
Uh-huh.
So I knew that going into the fight.
Okay. So yeah, because I was under the impression, I thought, I think a lot of people thought that Terrence Crawford, he was going to have to get on the inside, and it was going to be Postol trying to keep him at a distance. But it looked to me like Crawford, or you guys, you actually beat Postol at his own game. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because he used to fighters coming straight at him, coming to him. He used to that. So that he used to that. He'll do certain punches like the right uppercut, come back with the hook. You know what I'm saying? He'll keep you on the outside. He keep you on the outside until he ready to come in. But if you keep him moving, you keep him moving his feet. You won't let him set up his punches. He gotta be he'll how he start with his combination. He'll get a couple hops in there. And at the same time he hopping, he'll try to find the range with his little paw jab.
Yeah.
You don't give him an opportunity to do that, he don't know what to do after that.
How many times you think Terrence Crawford hurt him in a fight?
Oh man, damn near almost every round, probably, man. Almost every round.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, cause and then another thing that I saw is if he get hit with a solid shot, oh man, he don't have no legs, none. After Bud dropped him, I think it was the second time in the fifth round. Did you recognize he did not engage? He didn't throw a jab. He didn't throw nothing because he was so discombobulated with the movement and the speed and power that he just all he wanted to do was try to chase Bud around the ring. And what we tried to do was move to Bud's right, have Bud move to his right so he can run it to the right hand. Mm-hmm. But he didn't want to throw it no more after that. Because I wanted him to catch his right hand, and with a straight left. Because I was there all night I was there, but he wouldn't throw it though.
He wouldn't throw it because he was worried about that counter, like you basically were saying, right?
Yes, definitely that.
And in the 12th round, I noticed Terrence Crawford. It looked to me like he looked over at you and he shook his head like you told him to do something. And seconds after that, all of a sudden, he switched it up on Postol, and he went into the high guard, went toe-to-toe with Postol, kind of staggered him a little bit, and then Postol kind of backed up. Did you guys plan that, or was that just spontaneous?
No, I told him in the corner, I said, well, hey, listen, be careful. I said, be careful. I told him, I said, walk towards him, but be careful at the same time. Mm-hmm. And he did something, and he said he did something, made a gesture, and then Bud looked at me, and I gave that nod, and I was like, "Shit, walk his ass down, then." You know what I'm saying? But he didn't want that action though, man. He did not want that action.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised, Brian, what he said at the press conference. He kept saying, I tried to give fans the fight they wanted, to see or whatever, but when Crawford came forward, he got up out of there, right? I mean, he started backing up. He didn't stand his ground, and and then they also complimented Roach and Postol. They also complimented Terrence Crawford's speed and power, So
right.
So that I guess that explains why he didn't come forward, right?
Yeah, it was killing him. And you know what? And they said we was in over our head. I just keep thinking about that, man. They said we was in over our head. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I mean, we as a team expect Bud to win because of the way we train, and all the years that I've been training Terrence since he was 7 years old. I've never really seen him ever get dominated. If he did get somebody got a good round on him, he always came back, he wanted to get some get back. He always been like that. And so I know his demeanor. I know his character inside the ring. So I knew that, everybody keep saying that, okay, Postol got a good jab, and then the ratings, the rankings, I think the Ring magazine had Postol #1 and Terrence #2. So I mean, all of that, all the reporters and commentators saying all this good stuff about Postol and not really saying anything about Terrence, all that did was throw fuel on the fire. I mean, this dude wanted to beat that so bad, man, so bad.
And man, and you brought up something else right now too, Brian. You just said you've been training Terrence Crawford since he was 7 years old. You basically brought him up from scratch, And you talked about Freddie Roach, at the press conference. You basically said, who is Freddie Roach, in comparison to, how you did with Crawford versus how he did with Postol. A lot of people are criticizing Freddie Roach, saying he should have, been able to, get Postol to adjust a little bit better. Is that just an example of how good a trainer you are? Because, like you said, you trained him from scratch, as opposed to Freddie Roach kind of training a lot of the fighters later on.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say a good of a trainer that I am to him. What that is just the relationship and the relationship that we have inside the ring and outside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Just me and Terrence is like Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
They got that good chemistry. They got to give chemistry in the ring. They got to give chemistry out of the ring. Freddie has brought Manny a long way. I don't know if he was a champion when he got him, but when he got him to where he at now, and that's all in the trainer that he had, him and Bubo, man, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal where he has taken Pacquiao, where they went together, and now me and Terrence is about to go on the same ride that they've been on.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never thought in my mind, okay, you been with this dude for 2 fights, literally 2 fights, so that's literally 12 weeks or 4 months. Because I believe he lives over wherever, Ukraine, and Freddie definitely lives in Los Angeles. So when he do come over for camp, it's only like 6 weeks. So 6 weeks is 6 weeks. That's 12 weeks. That's 3 months. Mm-hmm. And then you got another 6 weeks. So that's almost 4.5 months. 4.5 months is not going to change his style. Age of 32 years old. That's not going to happen. Not in no 3 fights. If you want to change the fighter, man, it takes years. It takes years to change a fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
It don't take 3 fights. If I want Terrence to do something, if I want him to really do something, because I knew Victor was a big guy and tall and lanky, so I knew he had to have some power. A month and a half before we even went to training camp, I already had him lifting weights just to get stronger, not bigger, just to get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And then in camp, and we would go to the gym because all we didn't do before the camp, we just work out twice or just once a day, or once every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays is 2 a days, and then Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays is 1 a days. Those 2 a days are the days that I work on his defense, because everybody said, "Oh, his defense is bad. His defense is bad." Look at his defense. And nobody talk about his defense. Postol couldn't touch him.
Yeah.
So that's why I worked on the whole time. So I know it's going to take damn near 2.5 to 3 months to get it stuck in this kid's head. Okay, man, we got to tighten up that D. It's not, you know what I'm saying? If you look at it, he was catching Postol punches. You know what I'm saying? And he was releasing. I mean, that was my biggest thing. Your defense got to get better in the early rounds, because it takes some time to warm up. And once he warms up and he gets that rhythm, he put his hands out to his ankles. You ain't going to touch him because he has that rhythm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Is that what you were basically implying when you said, who's Freddie Roach, at the end of the fight, at the post-fight press conference? Were you just comparing your training skills to Freddie Roach's training skills?
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say a good of a trainer that I am to him. What that is just the relationship and the relationship that we have inside the ring and outside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Just me and Terrence is like Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
They got that good chemistry. They got to give chemistry in the ring. They got to give chemistry out of the ring. Freddie has brought Manny a long way. I don't know if he was a champion when he got him, but when he got him to where he at now, and that's all in the trainer that he had, him and Bubo, man, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal where he has taken Pacquiao, where they went together. And now me and Terrence is about to go on the same ride that they've been on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never thought in my mind, okay, you been with this dude for 2 fights, literally 2 fights, so that's literally 12 weeks or 4 months. Because I believe he lives over in UK, or wherever, Ukraine, and Freddie definitely lives in Los Angeles. So when he do come over for camp, it's only like 6 weeks. So 6 weeks is 6 weeks. That's 12 weeks. That's 3 months. Mm-hmm. And then you got another 6 weeks. So that's almost 4.5 months. 4.5 months is not going to change his style. Age of 32 years old. That's not going to happen. Not in no 3 fights. If you want to change a fighter, man, it takes years. It takes years to change a fighter. You know what I'm saying? It don't take 3 fights. If I want Terrence to do something, if I want him to really do something, because I knew Victor was a big guy and tall and lanky, so I knew he had to have some power. A month and a half before we even went to training camp, I already had him lifting weights just to get stronger, not bigger, just to get stronger. Mm-hmm. And then in camp, we would go to the gym because all we didn't do before the camp, we just work out twice or just once a day, or once every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays is 2 a days, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays is 1 a days. Those 2 a days are the days that I work on his defense, because everybody said, "Oh, his defense is bad. His defense is bad." Look at his defense. And nobody talk about his defense. Postol couldn't touch him.
Yeah.
So that's why I worked on it the whole time. So I know it's going to take damn near 2.5 to 3 months to get it stuck in this kid's head. Okay, man, we got to tighten up that D. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it, he was catching Postol punches. You know what I'm saying? And he was releasing. I mean, that was my biggest thing. Your defense got to get better in the early rounds because it takes some time to warm up. And once he warms up and he gets that rhythm, see, he put his hands out to his ankles. You ain't going to touch him because he has that rhythm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And I talked to Top Rank's matchmaker, and he was trying to be hush on it, but the implication was it's a very good chance that Crawford can get Pacquiao next. He didn't want to, he didn't want me to pretty much put too much out of what he said, but he told me it's a really good chance that Pacquiao can be next for Crawford. He was basically suggesting that Top Rank, they really, really like that fight. I mean, so what do you think, B-Mac? You think it's a chance that it can happen next, or what?
And you know what? I hope the fight happens. I really hope the fight happens. So, so it could be so we can so Terrence could solidify that he is the dominant fighter at 140, just because, man, he got to come down to 140. And I wanted it to happen for another reason is, I mean, that's a big money fight for both of them. Because I know that fight it will sell. It will sell. So if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't, man. We just move on.
Yeah, that fight right there would automatically propel Crawford's career into superstar status, no doubt about it. So
right.
That would be interesting. Roy Jones, he said he was just praising, really praising Terrence Crawford, and he said that he believes that Terrence Crawford would give Errol Spence hell if they were to fight. Now, I know you guys are not planning on moving to 147 yet, but what's your reaction to that statement?
Well, hey, man, tell anybody hell, man, just because it's boxing IQ. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If it's Errol Spence or is it anybody up there at 147 pounds, the top guys up there, give anybody.
Y'all here. What's up?
Where's all those women that you be having on there? Where they at? Oh, where y'all at, girl?
Oh, there we go.